inside the magnificent Impact Arena in Bangkok, Thailand. And they're all supporting that man. They call him True Dej, a Muay Thai megastar and the former strawweight one champion of the world. Miado doing what he needs to do, keeping Dej at bay with those long-reaching arms.
He's coming out fast, he's coming out ferocious. He's got to move left and right, though. He can't just stand there in the center and move front and back. He's got to create angles, he's got to slip punches, threaten the takedown, change levels.
It's an ultra-aggressive start from Miado so far.
I like the start. Keep pushing forward. Keep throwing those hands.
The Filipino's got his game plan, and he's going to stick with it for as long as he can. Tremendously long arms for Dej to get on the inside of. A nice little hook there from Dej Demirong. Nice Cerilli. Beautiful roundhouse kick to the waist from Dej.
The more Dej throws, the more comfortable he's going to get. Jeremy's putting together some combinations, though, utilizing hooks, utilizing uppercuts.
And he's got youthful speed here, has Jeremy Miado.
He does. He's got, 14 years, you were saying, Michael. 14 years is a long time.
Look at speed and an uppercut off the right hand of Miado, then goes to the inside thigh.
But with 380-some odd matches, what kind of chin does he have left? Does he still have that beard to protect you?
Oh, there's the other. Oh!
I guess not. Jeremy Miado just shocked the world!
A result that no one in this arena expected. Mouth agape shocks and shrieks of devastation inside the Impact Arena. Is this the GoDaddy knockout of the night?
Oh yes, it is the GoDaddy knockout of the night. I don't know if a hook could beat Shannon Weirchai. Look at Miado catching Dej with his chin up in the air for a huge right hook to lay out. Dej Demirong, Soyamnoy Sirichok, Jeremy Miado bringing it to Bangkok.
I am still in shock, Mitch. I was one of the ones who thought that Dej would handle Miado tonight, and Miado said he had a game plan. Came out aggressively, took it up to Dej Demirong, Sirichok, used his reach and timed that to perfection. Dej made a cardinal mistake of lifting his chin in the air, keeping himself wide open. He was right for the picking.
Wow. For a moment, I think Michael Chavello, the voice, was speechless.
Absolutely, you're not wrong. Let's go to Dominic Cloud and make it all official. Crazy stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Mr. Yuji Shimada, has put a stop to this contest after 1 minute and 29 seconds in the first round. For your winner, by way of knockout, Jeremy Miado.
That man just knocked out a former strawweight world champion and a former three-time Lumpini Muay Thai champion. That is incredible.
And we start with Bonario, former featherweight champion of the world, now fighting in the lightweight division on a 3-fight win streak, looking to make it 4. In front of 20,000 fans, packed with celebrities and fight fans. What a night. A great stage for Bonario to give us his best performance.
Our team is a tall lightweight. We rarely see people out kind of, height advantage on Bonario, but our team is big. Bonario's pressing our team up against the cage now. Again, I asked him, I was like, what do you want to showcase here tonight? What are you looking for in front of your crowd here in Manila? And he was like, I want another submission win. So he's calling his shot, saying he wants to take Jarteem down and finish him on the floor. And that's kind of exactly what he's doing. Dropping down, changing levels. Jarteem goes for the ride. Bonario gets into side control.
He seems so much stronger at lightweight, Bonario.
Oh yeah, this is one of the individuals that the weight cutting,
yeah, really benefited. Yeah,
extreme. Like we're seeing an entirely new Bonario, as he doesn't have to worry about the massive weight cut, and he walks around at 79 kilos.
He can concentrate on his conditioning at a comfortable weight, at a strong weight, and that's what we've seen from him in the last year or so.
Yeah, he says he has to diet down so he can't eat as much, but he has to lose a little bit of body fat to make the weight. And without the weight cutting, without the water restriction, he's a completely different athlete.
Just one of so many world champions in the arena tonight. Honorio Bonario, the former featherweight title holder. Edward Falayan's coming up. Angela Lee's here. Brandon Vera's here. Rich Franklin's here. Manny Pacquiao's here.
Action!
Nice transition from Jardim. Bonario tried to go knee on belly. He was thinking about, Jardim started to turn. He was thinking about taking the back, but Jardim was able to kind of maneuver Bonario and end up on top here.
Approaching the halfway mark, opening round. Bonario takes a cuffing right hand and gets up and spins his man around and knees him to the hip. Sends it a right hand to the side of Jardim's body. Thump to the upper thigh.
It all counts.
They all do. Don't see many of those, though.
It all counts. A strike is a strike.
Action!
Sometimes you're with the shoulder, sometimes it's a punch to the thigh. And they do irritate you. You can set up something. So if you slap somebody on the thigh, you get them thinking about something else. And you can probably transition into something different.
Yuji Shimada, yeah, not happy that there's enough action going on. Throws them to the center of the cage and they get straight into it.
Bonario goes again for the takedown.
Whoa, took a big up kick from the sole of the foot there from Jardim. And it made a slapping sound.
And Jardim goes for a takedown of his own. Very well done. Slid right under the punch, got the double leg. Now puts Bonario on his back.
One minute left in the first round.
Bonario able to stand back up, press Jardim up against the cage. He's got 2 underhooks now. So he's going to be able to get a little bit better body control. He's got that head pressed up against the cage there.
Back into the center of the cage. Honorio Bonario then gets pushed back across the cage. Hand around Bonario's leg, and you can see the height difference.
See, this clinch fighting is such a strategic game. You know, you got to make sure you get your head in the right position, that head pressing up against Jardim. See how he's got his head underneath the chin of Jardim? Opens up, keeps the head high so he can slide an elbow right in there. Brandon Vera liked that one quite a bit.
Just looking at them there, they really have made another slapping sound, didn't it? There it is, that forearm again.
That's exactly what he needs to do when he gets this cage position. Keep the head open him up, dropping these strikes.
First time we've seen Jaroslav Jardim, 24 years old. Spent a lot of time in Prague in the Czech Republic. That's where he learned his game. There's Manny Pacquiao in the locker room with Eugene Toquero and Victor Cui. Enjoying the atmosphere, I'm quite sure. Shan Rotana looking for a photo as well with the former world boxing champion.
Big round for Bonario. Let's see if Brandon Vera has that one scored so far. Brandon?
So, you know, it seems like both of these guys are going, it's a battle of attrition right now, first round. Both guys are kind of steady at their pace. They're taking each other down, working on the reversals and getting back up. A lot of ground control from both fighters. Let's see what happens. Have them open up on their feet next round.
Seconds out, please. Seconds out.
There's that forearm to the head of Jardim. Bonario's style is has changed fairly significantly in recent times. We talked about the weight difference and how he is stronger, but Team Lakai as a whole have improved their grappling games, specifically their takedown defense.
But now you would almost think that Benario was naturally a wrestler and a grappler. Big head kick there, just barely misses Benario, slid underneath it. And again, he goes right in for the takedown. This is definitely something that we're not used to seeing. Benario consistently shooting for takedowns and not throwing those heavy hands and kick strikes.
A lot of Filipinos who get into the fight game started off just messing around with something that I think they call butong, which is a form of wrestling. And that is where Benario started. Kevin Belingon as well very much had that kind of a background before being schooled in wushu and transforming their activities to a striking-based martial art.
Here he is in the half guard of Jarteam. So he's gonna wanna try to pop that leg out. He's got the right leg inside the half guard of Jarteam, so he's gonna try to slide that knee out, pass into side control. Jarteam's doing the right thing by turning onto his side so he's not lying flat onto his back. Good reversal by Jarteam to end up on top.
It's a great effort from the Czech fighter.
Benario just stands right back up and throws Jarteam up against the cage.
And that's the strength of Benario. Oh, left hand! Knocks him flat on his back, and with one punch, Honorio Benario extends his winning streak to 4. That was a blistering finish.
Immediately got some separation and threw a bomb of a left hook. Brandon Vera, talk us through that one.
You know, that was textbook counter to a Muay Thai kick. But Benario ate a Thai kick to the ribs, countered right away, loaded up same side, and pulled that left hook, hit him right on the chin and laid him out flat on his back. Here's the replay. Kick, hook, straight, hook. Lay him down. That is textbook Muay Thai counters. Eat the kick, load up, throw that hook.
Oh, what a hook!
You can't teach it any better than Benario executes right here. He even ends with he starts with a straight after the kick and follows up with the hook. Amazing job. Team Lakai putting in work.
Dude, you said it. Team Lakai. They just go on and on and on, don't they?
They don't stop. Iron sharpens iron.
Ladies and gentlemen, to present the medal for this fight, we have Jeff Andres, property president of City of Dreams Manila, and the City of Dream guest ring girls. And now, folks, your referee, Yuji Shimada, has put a stop to this fight after 1 minute and 31 seconds in the second round. For your winner, by way of knockout, Honorio Benario.
Well, that is going to go down, isn't it? We're only in April, but that got to go down as one of the finishes of the year. 2017 will be very lucky if it sees many better finishes than that.
Flyweight boxing champion Roy Deliguez and Filipino TLC Grand Prix champion Joshua Pacio. 14 years difference. The older statesman Roy Deliguez in the white and blue, and a 21-year-old Pacio in the red. Southpaw stance as always on Deliguez. He fakes a jab. Beautiful tracking roundhouse kick to the ribs there from Pacio. Said he wants to stay at kickboxing range, not sit in the pocket, not be in boxing range with Deliguez. Quite smart.
Yeah, that kicking range really makes these Team Lakai athletes so dangerous. Look at his footwork, the way he floats around the outside of the cage. Oh, beautifully. Again, catches him with that right kick. That's 3 now he's caught him with.
In typical boxer fashion, however, Roy Deliguez looks to control center cage and press Pacio to the outside. Pacio suits in, nice sprawl there from Deliguez, defensive takedown. Can't defend against the trick reversal here. Deliguez looks for top position dragon.
Deliguez does a beautiful job controlling that underhook of Pacio and using that whizzer to get him over on top. Now, Pacio's got double underhooks. This is where Team Lakai really excels in the takedowns.
Takedown from Pacio, top position, mounts in, grapevines the legs here. Dominance from Joshua Pacio.
They're so strong in that clinch position. And look at that, he was just able to fall on top and land in full mount.
Not where the boxer Deligas wants to be, though he said he's not afraid to go to the ground with Pacio. Believes that he's got a few submission tricks up his proverbial sleeve. Still mounted here, those legs being grapevined by Joshua Pacio. This little pop with the right hand to the orbital there, then switches to the left as Pacio.
Good control, trying to keep him pressured down. You can see Deligas trying to control the posture of Pacio. Pacio's in a good spot, a big bridge by Deligas to reverse the position, to end up on top.
Now it's Roy Deligas inside the guard of Pacio. 3 minutes remaining, first round, set for 3 by 5.
You know, it was surprising, Michael, to hear Deligas talk about he knew that Pacio was going to take him down, so he was working specifically on submissions to catch Pacio.
Pacio said he'd submit him with an armbar or a rear naked choke. We did ask Deligas if you were going to submit Pacio, what do you think you'd catch him with? And he said rear naked. Inside closed guard here, trying to pop the head, and he does so. Deligas free of any danger right now.
Looks like we got a referee timeout. Looks like there possibly could have been a headbutt. Maybe an eye poke when he was trying to get his hands, or trying to get free from the guillotine. We're going to show that again in a replay, but I think he had his hands on his face, and he was trying to pry his head out of the guillotine.
Yellow card being issued there from referee Kim Cheng. Yuji Shimada also having words there with Deligas. So Deligas has been punished here for this match.
Yeah, right there. As he was trying to get his hands out, he had his fingers in the eye of Joshua Pacio. That's a dangerous move right there, and he was issued a yellow card for that specific move.
So Deligas being issued a yellow card. Further warnings from both referee Kim Cheng and Yuji Shimada. And they're just checking that Joshua Pacio, the 21-year-old, is okay to go on, checking his vision in that right eye. Certainly an aggressive start to what is proving to be an intriguing battle in the opening round between these two strawweights. Injury time being allotted here for Pacio. Now he does have as much as 5 minutes to make a full recovery. And don't forget our double main event later tonight. Sellout crowd expected here at Mall of Asia Arena. For the first time ever, champion versus champion. Edward Folayang takes on Martin Nguyen for the lightweight championship of the world. And in our co-main event, Adriano Moraes, the Brazilian phenom, looks to defend the flyweight world title against Danny Kingan. Also on a stacked card from top to tail, Kevin Belingon takes on Kevin Chung. Alex Silva and Hayato Suzuki is a battle of the grapplers, the submission specialist. Two men who want to get into the winner's circle, Anupam Bunrad and Aussie Grease Lightning, Reese McLaren. Deligas ready to go. Looks like Pacio is almost ready to go. Final words here from referee Kim Cheng. Kim's only been brought onto the One Championship team recently, but already doing an outstanding job. And he will recommence the Mitch from the position they were in when he fails to win.
Back into the guard now. Deligas is on top. They're going to actually restart him back in the guillotine position with his head trapped under his arm.
And Deligas has the head free. Is Pacio going to try and apply another choke? Probably look the best from this position. Deligas looking to push him up against the cage perhaps. Where does Pacio go from here, Mitch?
He's going to try to scoot his hips back against the cage and use it to wall walk back up. Now he's trying to scoot his hips out to the side, possibly looking to take the back of Deligas, but Deligas is following the hips.
Deligas trying to posture up and maybe work the hammer fist strike off the right hand. Elbows to the clavicle there from Pacio. 1 minute 40 remains, first round set for 3. What's Deligas looking to do here, Mitch?
It looks like Pacio is actually attempting to go after the Kimura there on the right side of Deligas, possibly looking to sweep him over. But yeah, there's the Kimura fully locked in. And it uses it.
Defended.
Look at that, uses it, the Kimura, not as so much as a submission attempt, but really just to sweep Deligas and end up in the top position, now in mount.
Knee bar or rear naked choke was a prediction from Pacio. Deligas now top position, back inside the guard of Pacio. We are seeing truly a seesawing contest on the ground here in the first Dragon.
That's the third time that Deligas has been able to hit bridge out of the mount position. So those are some tremendously strong hips, Michael, for him to keep doing that to Pacio.
Deligas said he'd been working on his ground game, said he felt quite comfortable to go to ground with Pacio. 4-week training camp for Roy Deligas, a massive 2-month camp for Joshua Pacio.
Again, hunting for that Kimura on that right side. He's going to use the same thing. It's deja vu. The same moves keep happening. Look for Deligas to bridge out of this.
Ground and pound now as Pacio postures up. Deligas tries to throw the legs up. Pacio doing some damage. Elbows down the forward from Joshua Pacio. These will score well for the young gun. Deligas nowhere to go. Final seconds of the opening round. Dominance here from Joshua Pacio. Mount position. Deligas almost gives his back.
One too many times, Deligas went to the well, trying that hip bridge to get out. Pacio finally figured it out on the 4th attempt, was able to settle his hips and really just trap Deligas in that position. Look at some of these kicks by Pacio. It looks like he's swinging a baseball bat at Deligas. Here's that Kimura, check this out. It's such a beautiful submission attempt, and Deligas is like, nope, nope, but he gets the sweep to end up on top. Check it out, here it is. Deligas tries to bridge out and escape from these elbows just being rained down. As he tries to bridge, Pacio settles his hips down and traps Deligas. Wonderful. As you can see, Pacio is slowly starting to learn what Deligas is doing. Now, it is his chance, if he does go back to the ground, to use the information that he's got to finish this contest, if he can get it back down to the mat.
Now ready to rock and roll. Second round, set for 3. Impressive in the opener was 21-year-old Joshua Pacio. Young man who began training in martial arts as a 12-year-old. Won several national wushu tournaments in the Philippines before transitioning to competing professionally in the cage. Was actually overweight as a child and credits martial arts for helping him to shed the excess pounds and turn him into the elite athlete he is today. Let's see if Deligas can get his hands off here. And indeed, that's how he opens up the second stanza.
Just barely gives him a buzz cut on that right kick again. But Deligas counters nicely with that left hook to the body.
Counter right hook there from Deligas. The southpaw once again controlling center cage. Pacio on the outside, turning back kick. Uchidogeri from Joshua Pacio. Deligas edges forward. Does have that one punch power and precision. So too Pacio, and it's the no-win. My word, what a knockout! Joshua Pacio back in the winner's circle.
That was superb. Out of nowhere, Joshua Pacio closes the show. Beautifully done. Turns the lights out. Look at this, misses, spinning back fist right on the button. Goes low with the leg kick, follows it around. The guard is down.
It's just when we said Deligas had one punch KO power, just as we said it. Joshua Pacio, one punch KO. Good night, Roy Deligas. A spinning back fist of the highest order.
Pacio does it all. Not only can he grind on you and finish you with the ground and pound and submissions, but now we're seeing the knockout power of Joshua the Passion Pacio.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Mr. Ken-Chen, has put a stop to this contest after 38 seconds in the second round for your winner by way of knockout, Joshua Pacio.
listen to the ovation here in Manila. Tears of joy for Joshua Pasha. Back in the winner's circle with championship intentions in 2018. And certainly the run has started in style here tonight.
All right, judge, time. Ready, choke!
Leone bangs out of his corner, as does Belingon. This massive raucous crowd behind Belingon. He's got power. He's got dynamite in his hands. The Filipino, and he sprawls out early. Belingon looks to get on top of the wrestler. Leone wants to put Belingon on his back. This one's gone crazy early. This one's awesome already. Uppercut from Belingon. Oh, body shot from Belingon. Big hands from Belingon. Leone backs up. Belingon's exploded, a house on fire. The ticking time bomb's exploded.
Whew. That was a fast start. You can see Leone did the right thing. He tried to initiate the strike, but went in for the takedown. But Belingon got a great stoppage there. Was able to stop the repeated takedown attempts as this crowd lights up.
Spinning back elbow there from Leone.
And Kevin actually attempted the takedown right there as they get into the pummel. Good hand fighting there from Belingon.
Good knees to the body from Kevin Belingon. He looks to take Leone down. Can he put the wrestler on his back? Yes, he can! Yes, he can!
That's a shock right there, if I've ever seen one. Good takedown.
Position for Kevin Belingon. He tries to posture up now. Leone's going to work off his back.
Confidence has got to be sky high right now as Team Lakai's very own Kevin Belingon takes down the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and starts dropping the elbows.
Elbows from Belingon. A knee to the head. Leone's going to get out of this position. Elbows again. And he's cutting. He's cut Leone. Leone in trouble. Belingon unloading on him. This is punishment. This is power from the Filipino. Another cracking knee. Inflicting damage on Leone. A hapless Leone. And still a half-guard position for Belingon.
Now he's trying to attack that far side arm. Look for Leone to try to swim under the underhook there, but he's overhooked now. He's trying to pull him down. Looks like Kevin's going to try to keep softening him up with those elbows. Leone's opened up.
Slicing and dicing with the elbows, Kevin Belingon. A shot to the body. I can't hear myself thinking in here. This place is crazy. This is awesome. Belingon slings the legs, and Olivia Cost says to break. They are having a meltdown here in Manila. Take a moment to wipe the canvas, wipe off Belingon, wipe off Leone. Just crazy scenes. Here come the chants again. Listen to this. It's like a soccer crowd in here for Kevin Belingon. And what a dominant opening round. The man fueled by the power of his mullet. And certainly has unleashed that in the opener. Those hands of Belingon are something else. Pure granite, pure dynamite on the Filipino.
I thought it was the right hand of Kevin Belingon, but you say it's the mullet.
Have a look at the elbow here.
Boom, there's the knee, follows it up right into an elbow. That's what opened him up right there. You can immediately see Leone checking his brow to make sure his scalp is still there.
Olivia Coast is looking over Leone. Belingon's ready to go. A tremendous start to this contest from Kevin Belingon. All aggression, all power coupled with technique.
Time. Ready?
What does Leone do from here? He gives a thumbs up to Belingon, says, yep, you got me, but he's not waving a white flag, Andrew Leone. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve, Leone. And what happens if Leone puts Belingon on his back.
Doing the right thing, getting on his horse, starts moving around. Like see him start punching, maybe punching into a takedown. 1-2, slide under.
Chad from Belingon doesn't want to overextend, doesn't want to rush in here and leave himself open for any sort of takedown or any sort of counter. Impatient, wise Kevin Belingon at the moment.
Nice little 1-2 from Leone. Kevin's pushing forward, very patient, not rushing anything.
Overhand right from Belingon.
Rushed into a right hand right there, though.
Leone circling, wants to look for a takedown, for an opportunity to shoot in on Belingon. Double leg, single leg, body clinch, doesn't matter.
1 minute left in the first round.
Leone hands up high. Fakes low, clinches up, and Belingon takedown, puts Leone on his back for a second time.
Wow. Fueled by the power of the mullet and 20,000 Filipinos. Kevin Belingon does the impossible and puts the BJJ black belt, the wrestler, on his back and drops the ground and pound.
And here come those car batteries of hands of Kevin Belingon. Massive meat hooks on Belingon, doing the damage on Leone. Leone controlling the Filipino's posture. Doesn't want him rising up and landing the heavy salvos. What aggression from Kevin Belingon. Close guard from Leone. He'll go back to his corner, the American, and receive some much-needed instruction. What will the team from Bali say to Andrew Leone? What will Team Lakai be saying to Kevin Belingon?
Well, the first thing the team from Bali's got to do is stop that bleeding. Once that's taken care of, they need to initiate the ability to put some hands on Kevin, slow Kevin down. Leone needs to get on top. He had his moment here, but look, check out the hips of Kevin Belingon. Beautiful little overhook wizard throw there, but then he started dropping the elbows, and then here comes the knees. Elbow, and then, yep, there's one. That did some damage there, but the elbow was what opened up Leone. That's what caused that little gash. But then he kept softening him up and kept going to work on it. Great round for Kevin, the silencer. Belingon.
There was nothing silent about Belingon in that first round and about this sellout crowd in Manila. Packed to the rafters. They turned away so many people at the door tonight. Just couldn't fit them in. It's the hottest ticket in the martial arts world. Leone saying something to get into Belingon's head a little. Touch gloves, second round set for 3. Scored as an overall contest, but no doubt it's one that Belingon is clearly leading at the moment. What happens? That sense of intrigue if Leone can put Belingon on his back. Hasn't happened yet. Belingon scoring 2 takedowns in the opening round, or 2 times putting Leone on his back. Leone circling counterclockwise.
That's good. He's got to stay away from circling to that wrong side. If he keeps circling right, keeps moving to Belingon's left side, that's going to avoid that big right hand.
Belingon pivoting, center ring, doesn't want to give it up here. Again, Belingon like a ticking time bomb. Could explode at any moment. Oh, turning back kick drops him! Turning back kick drops him! Turning back kick drops him! Here comes Belingon! Manila in a meltdown! That was awesome! A turning back kick to the liver, dropped Andrew Leone! And now the aggression, the ground and pound, the unloading, the assault, the barrage, the good night Irene!
Oh my. Kevin The silencer, Belingon, has quieted the commentary team. Beautiful display shown by Kevin Belingon, a beautiful spinning sidekick, and then the punches rain down like a Filipino typhoon as he just started dropping him, and he forced this referee to jump in and save him. Absolutely tremendous victory.
Mitch Chilson, you've been here since the start. I dare say that is one of the most aggressive performances we've seen in one championship history.
I have to agree, Michael. That was beautiful. He was so patient, so calm. Spinning back kick, dropped him.
Let's go to Dominic Lau and make it all official.
To present the medal for this match, we have Mr. Hafiz Nassar, Area Business Manager, Caltex Javelin. And now, your referee, Mr. Olivier Coste, has put a stop to this contest after 1 minute and 27 seconds in the second round. For your winner, by way of referee stoppage due to strikes, Kevin Belingon.
Five rounds, but will it go that far?
Ready, talk!
The time for talk is over. Michael Chavallo, Mitch Chilson with you. That's Mauro Cerilli of Italy. Brandon Vera, defending champion of the Philippines. Vera at 113 kilos. Cerilli at 111 kilos. More beef than a cattle ranch in the cage at the moment. High kick early from Vera. It will be Vera's speed and precision against the raw power of the Italian hammer. And look out for the overhand right on Mauro Cerilli. Vera chops downstairs. Cerilli wants to bridge the gap, get on the inside, and go for the champion's jaw.
Cerilli's trying to close that distance, having a hard time dealing with the range of Vera. But he's got to get on the inside. He can't see at the end of these kicks.
Vera has the height, he's got the reach, wants to keep the Italian at bay, switches to southpaw here. Look out for the high kick off the left leg here from Vera. It's a lead hook, oh, swinging. Oh, he gets caught! That's good!
Going back, chin up to protect, right on the chin. Olivier Coste flies in to save Mauro Cerilli from any unnecessary damage, and the truth retains his heavyweight strap.
Cerilli got caught, he went down, he was astral traveling, and Brandon Vera retains the heavyweight championship of the world. Let's go to Dom Lau, make it all official, pandemonium here.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Mr. Olivier Coste, has called a stop to this contest after 1 minute and 4 seconds in the first round. For your winner, by way of knockout, and still one heavyweight world champion, Brandon Vera.
With one of the most beautiful knockout punches you'll ever see, Brandon Vera retains the title. The reign of gold over the cage
Kevin Belingon started with 1FC. He was an impressive 9-0. He's had an up and down time of it in the 1FC cage since his debut. But he's a quality fighter.
He is, and he's also riding his last 2 fights, his win streak, so coming 3-0 in your last 3 could really go a long way to pushing you towards another title shot.
Good right hand from Kevin Belingon, countering the leg kick. He's got quick hands, isn't he?
He's really quick, and he moves with such great precision, too. I think he's probably the fastest striker that we have in 1FC. If you were to just look at the punches here. It looks so much slower when you watch the monitor as opposed to when we watch the live action in front of us. It's mind-boggling how fast Kevin's able to mix up these angles.
Aranda's no slouch himself. He snuck in a very nice little tiny right hand to Belingon's chin. Oh, that was superb. A spinning kick right in the midriff, and that pushed Aranda back several paces.
Well, Aranda doesn't get to be 9-0 by being a slouch, so I mean, I think it goes without saying that he's definitely a very solid mixed martial artist. And the thing we haven't seen yet is that Aranda's specialty is really his ground game. And he's happy going toe-to-toe with Kevin standing up.
He'll have to be on top of his game to do that. Belingon is super fast tonight.
He is. He's throwing his punches a little more looping than he usually does. But he does mix up the levels well.
I wonder if he can keep this pace up for 15 minutes.
Have you seen him fight before? Of course he can. This guy's just a beast when it comes to cardio. He got tired once. He was 4. Decided against it.
That was before they were running the hills in the altitude of Baguio. Then it all changed.
I'm gonna see if David decides to look for a takedown here at some point. But one thing that Kevin's shown is he has great takedown defense.
Aranda's not getting devastated in the stand-up here, but certainly Belingon has the edge. So you'd think that he would want to take it downstairs. Superb with the right foot.
Kevin just has that kind of stalking moving forward.
He's got the bit between his teeth as Kevin Belingon. He feels there might be an opening here. Oh, what a left hand! Oh, that was devastation. And I think Aranda was out before he even hit the canvas. It landed on the right side of his face, and already there's a big swelling on Aranda's head. The size of a ping pong ball up by the side of his right eye. Such a clubbing punch it was from Belingon. That was really spectacular. He had the edge throughout the fight, but the finish kind of came from out of nowhere, although in the 20 seconds building up to that, there was some fierce momentum, but the finish was still shocking.
Well, Team Lakai is just on fire tonight. 3-0 so far and in spectacular fashion. You know, David Aranda is a stud, 9-0, and he came over here, felt very confident that he can compete at any level with anyone. And those punches, sometimes they're hard to see here if that's gonna be just a lucky punch or not. This pinpoint with that spinning back kick and then a nice cut kick down to the legs. You see here that left hand that just came right over the top of the ear, right on David's go-to-sleep button.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Olivier Coste calls a halt to this battle at 2 minutes, 53 seconds of the very first round. For your winner, via knockout, Kevin the Silencer Belingon!
What a roar here at Cage-side as Anthony Suntai announces that win, and Belingon deserves all of it.
Inside leg early from Mias Mao, Khun Khmer and judo stylist. If Kelly knocks out the Cambodian, this place will go bananas. Oh, there's the left. Oh, he does that, listen! They are going bananas, Mitch!
Oh my, Edward Kelly throws the one, the two, finishes it with a beautiful high kick.
Amazing scenes inside the massive Mall of Asia Arena here in Manila. I told you they'd go bananas if he knocked out Mia Smal. I never thought it would happen that quickly.
He just starched him. Those high kicks are a thing of beauty, and when he lets them go, when he has confidence and believes in himself, that is what Edward Kelly is capable of. Is that the GoDaddy knockout of the night? Beautifully done. Look at this. Look at this combination. Sees it, goes two, throws the hook, boom, and just catches it. That was a high knee that caught him on the chin.
The high knee planted him like a tree. Will it be the GoDaddy knockout of the night here in Manila? Fantastical scenes. Just amazing. Let's go to Dominic Lau, who's about to enter this magnificent knockout into the record books.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Mr. Yuji Shimada, has put a stop to this contest after 21 seconds in the first round. For your winner, by way of knockout, Edward Kelly.
Now we saw Jo Marie Torres with the fastest ever women's knockout in one championship history. That's got to be up there with the fastest ever knockout in the men's for the ferocious Edward Kelly. Challenger Joshua Parcio from Baguio City. The champion, Yosuke Saruta. This one brought to you by Wholesome Salido. High up on the balls of his feet early, the champion, Saruta. The striking of Joshua Parcio. Parcio, the former world champion. Saruta, the one world champion and a Shuto world champion. Take there from Saruta. Switch of stance between Orthodox and Southpaw here.
That's the low leg kicks of Joshua Parcio. He says he wants to attack that lower part of the leg and start kicking the calf of Saruta.
Now, Mitch, Saruta isn't using that awkward, strange 90-degree angled guard we saw him use last time. Oh, Tony back kick! Smack bang in the guts from Joshua Parcio.
Nice spinning back kick from Joshua Parcio. You're right, Michael, he's not utilizing that guard, but again, that's more the mind games coming from the Ninja. He doesn't want to utilize that guard, but I do think we'll see it later on in this matchup.
Overhand right from Saruta, outside leg kick, overhand right again there from Saruta. Chance went up for Let's Go Parcio. Here's Willa.
Nice duck under to a double leg from Saruta as he ends up in half guard.
Parcio receiving instruction from Mark Sanjao in the corner here from Team Magai. Half guard position for the champion. Showing the posture here though, Parcio, not allowing Saruta to posture up and work that vicious ground and pound that he has. Patience here from Parcio, a stalemate pitch.
See, Saruta's got his head wrapped around, or his left arm wrapped around the neck there. He can try to get past this half guard position of Joshua Parcio. There's a choke he's got as long as Joshua Parcio holds the head in that position.
Look for finish. Under 3 minutes remaining, first round set for 5 for the strawweight world title. Referee Kim Ching right on top of the action. If Parcio can win the title back, the Mall of Asia Arena will melt down. To their feet, inside leg kick here from the champion, Saruta. Oh, the high kick! Tried for the headache maker, did Joshua Parcio.
Joshua Pascal's going headhunting early. He's already tried to go upstairs a couple of times now.
Big hello to all our fans watching on ABS-CBN Sports in action here in the Philippines, on a Beamer TV in Japan. Skips forward the champion, doesn't commit though. There's a left hand from Cerilli. Inside the ball of Asia Arena when they chant Pascal's name. All the team, the guys, former champions are here. Kevin Belingon, Eustaquio. Also in attendance, circle side, the world's heavyweight champion, Philippine star Vera. So many luminaries have turned out in force for this night of nights in Filipino martial arts. The ball's to his feet again here, Cerilli. Inside leg kick from the champion. Still, Mitch, a filling out process from both of these two competitors.
You know, they're still kind of just, you know, there's not a lot of... Oh, big bang!
The big kibosh from Cerilli. And Pascal on the canvas, on his back now.
That's the end of the filling out process, I assume.
Cerilli's got some confidence flowing now. He tries to mount it.
Pascal's got to keep him tight to get his wits back about it. This is where Cerilli's got to create a little bit of space. I'd like to see him frame off the head and start pushing the head down. There he goes. Good scramble by Joshua.
Pascal back to his feet. The crowd appreciates that. Let's see the whooshing styling style of Pascal. And he beat the champion to the strikes.
The first match happened about 13 weeks ago, so that's not a lot of time to make a lot of improvement. But what you can do is you can get in better shape and also figure out your game plan. Whoever can implement their game plan to perfection tonight is going to be the one who walks away with that belt.
Moving punches from Pascal. 20 seconds remains, and low check there from Cerilli. And Cerilli taunting him the mind games from the Japanese world champion.
Targeting with the right hand there, is that what he was doing?
And they get inside the head of Pascal. Pascal, jumping roundhouse kick off the lead leg. But Cerilli plants him like a tree earlier on with that big punch.
Joshua had some early success here as he spins and goes right to the body with a beautifully timed, but then Cerilli was able to answer right back with that right hand. Boom! Right on the button, puts Pascal down, and then he was able to get on top and do a little bit of ground and pound. Joshua did a good job, though, of keeping Cerilli nice and tight, clearing his head, and then getting right back into the match. Very interesting first round. Or should I say sixth round?
Joshua Pascal looking to reclaim the title that the man left on screen took from him. Instructions from Mark Sanjao and Edward Falayang in the corner of Pascal. Sold out inside the mighty Mall of Asia Arena in Manila, the Philippines, the one championship roots of honor. They've turned out in their thousands for this one, the strawweight world title. Will it be a Filipino victory? Good two-punch combination off the bell there for Pascal. Switching stance, Cerilli. Cagey veteran. Has all the tricks in the book, and then some that aren't even written in the book. Pascal looks to get airborne with that knee, but didn't commit to it, didn't have the distancing.
Action!
Cerilli inside leg kick. High kick from Pascal. He's enjoying that high right roundhouse tonight. Hasn't really found success with it, though.
He was expecting to throw that roundhouse kick off of the awkward guard shown by Cerilli, and Cerilli hasn't shown him that guard yet. Again, more of that veteran mind game move as Pascal.
Spinning back fist from Cerilli. A counter punch from Pascal accidentally struck the back of the head. Apologies there. Good sportsmanship. The media attention on this bout, on this entire card, has been crazy. Our media conference at City of Dreams earlier on in the week was a record attendance, some 500 plus media members. The biggest in history. all over the news. And Team Lakai athletes appearing on CNN Philippines earlier this week. Outside leg kick there from Ceruta. Manila really is a hotbed for one championship. Indeed, this entire combat crazy nation love one championship, especially when it comes to town. It was in Saruta's town a couple of weeks ago in Tokyo. And Falayang saw the title lost against Shinya Aoki, who put him to sleep in the first round, meaning that all of Team Lakai's titles were gone. It's now the responsibility of Pashio to win one back for the men from Baguio City.
Good movement shown by Ceruta, but as soon as Ceruta stopped and got a stationary stance, that's when Pashio spun and landed another spinning back kick. I think this movement's kind of got Joshua Pashio a little bit confused here in the second as he marches forward and throws a big right hand there from Ceruta.
Haven't really seen Pashio open up with his wushu, with the striking, the combinations. Has had some acrobatics, turning back kicks and jumping roundhouse kicks. Nothing that's landed effective telling blows on Ceruta so far. Another agonizingly close rear leg roundhouse kick. Left hand followed by right there by Ceruta.
Ceruta closes that distance incredibly fast with that lightning fast footwork, how he's in and out of there. And Pashio seems to have a hard time getting into the rhythm.
Lots of angles being cut here from Ceruta.
I like that strategy employed by Ceruta, not to stay still as he ducks under a big head kick there.
Certainly, Pashio is going for that head kick time and time again. And there's the first show of that strange forearm guard that Ceruta did last time that confounded Pashio. Oh, overhand right from Ceruta, tried for the counter.
Pashio said he didn't want to spin as much as he did in the first time because you can start to see that Ceruta started to time that, started to step to the outside right as Pashio was spinning. And that's the same mistake that Falayang made with Nguyen. Nguyen saw it coming over and over again and he started to step to the side. And then what happened? Boom, a big overhand right that caught Falayang mid-spin. Pashio's got to be careful with this spinning.
Inside leg kick there from Ceruta, which went high on the thigh, but do you think that both men are holding back a little here? We haven't really seen them put the foot down on the gas.
Well, in the second round, they're still trying to get a bearing on each other. I don't think Pashio expected Ceruta to A, come out in this stance, B, this mobile, and I think Ceruta is a little bit surprised at the inactivity coming back from Pashio, because Pashio said he did not want to wait, he did not want to hesitate. Last 10 seconds.
The break off there from Ceruta. Final few seconds of this round. High kick from Pashio. 2 rounds down, set for 5. Strawweight world title on the line. Ceruta versus Pashio from inside the Mall of Asia Arena in Manila.
Second round was more of a feeling out process than the first round. We got to see that big right hand from Ceruta in the first and a couple of spinning back kicks throughout the course of this match so far coming from Pashio. But what kind of changes are we going to make? I'd like to see Pashio start attacking that lower leg, slow down the movement of Ceruta, just start hammering on that calf, which is something he said he wanted to do. Start putting the punches in the face of Ceruta. I like how Ceruta in the first round was mixing things in with the takedowns. I'd like to see him throw hands, close that distance, and start at least giving Pashio something else to think about besides just the striking. Get into his head a little bit more, throw those takedowns in.
Third round of 5. Wherever you're watching in 140 countries around the world, we hope you're enjoying it. That's one championship Roots of Honor.
Kevin Chang had the same concern we did, and he urged the guys to show a little bit more activity in the third round.
Jab from Ceruta. Roundhouse kick from Pashio, just tucked under the left arm. Thrust out the jab is the Filipino. Body shot, stuck it well with belly button through the back.
Pacha likes that technique. He likes to go high with the roundhouse and then follow it up with a spinning back kick. He was able to drop Roy DeLiguez back in 2017 in the second round with a beautiful spinning back fist off of that roundhouse kick.
Let's see if Pacha can work those wushu kicking skills of his. Lots of movement here from Yasuke Tsuruta. Tsuruta, the current world champion. Pacha, the former world champion. Overhand right there from Pacha.
Tsuruta is still the owner of the biggest punch so far in this match with that big overhand right that happened in the first. Nice leg kick there by Pacha.
Two-punch combination from Pacha. Backs off Tsuruta.
You can start to see the superficial damage on the lower lead leg of Pacha. It's starting to welt up there from that one kick. They're starting to mixing things in with the takedowns. Skips the takedown. Now he's trying to pass the guard. Nice elevation there from Pacha to get back to his feet.
Crowd momentarily thought that Pacha had a choke locked onto the champion.
But I like the strategy from Tsuruta. Mix in the takedowns. Get Pacha thinking about that. At least start fearing it so he doesn't start to throw like this, so he doesn't get so comfortable with the stand-up.
Pacha fainting. So too Tsuruta. Razor thin, this world title matchup at the moment. Angles again from Tsuruta, the cagey one. Nicely back return. Pacha trying to counter. Inside leg from Tsuruta. Key jab, no right hand for company though. Turning back in, looking for the liver of Tsuruta. It's a Team Lagai specialty. The impact the liver.
Final warning.
Very large target. Just to the right of the stomach there. Impact the vagus nerve that flows down the entire body. They say one of the most painful ways, if not the most painful way to get knocked out is with a liver strike. Particularly a liver punch where you're driving the knuckles up in between the 9th and 10th ribs. The turning back into the liver will do just as well. Overhand right, the cranium cracker there from Pacha. Just needed a little bit more muscle behind it. Outside leg kick. Now Pacha starting to land some heavier strikes, Dragon.
He is. He's starting to put together those kicks with a little bit more of the punches as well. He's throwing combinations. He's getting a little more comfortable. Spinning though. That time Tsuruta was able to step to the side of it. He's starting to see it coming. The problem is when he steps to the side, he's able to avoid it. But when he goes back, he tries to ride the wave of that kick to kind of take away some of the pressure from it. I don't think it's hurting him so much, but it's scoring in the mind of the judges. And also the score sheets.
1:15 remains. Don't forget we are scoring an overall bout, not round by round, under these one championship global rule sets. High kick again from Pacha. Tsuruta leans back in evasion. Left hook from the champion.
In the third round.
Joy for the crowd as Pacha again bound up and spun on Tsuruta. You expect a little bit more action from Tsuruta?
I did, especially in this third round. He started the first round off very effectively, and then he's kind of gotten slowed down as the matches went on. But Pacha is not really doing as much as I thought he would do either. He's landed a few beautiful side kicks, and that's really been the most significant strike of this round. I do like the takedown that Tsuruta beat.
Overhand right there from Pacha. Inside leg goes Tsuruta. Final seconds of the third of 5. 2 more rounds to go here in Manila for the one strawweight world title.
And Man, these guys have been in the ring, or the circle rather, for 40 minutes together. They have a really good read on what to expect. And so they know each other very, very well. So don't get caught too much in this slow action, but we're seeing a lot of very technical details starting to inch forward, especially now that we hit the championship rounds again. This is round, essentially, this is gonna be round 9 between these two. I'd like to see Pacquiao do more of it, be more active, start throwing those hands, start putting the pressure on Ceruta, back him up. I want to see Ceruta mix in more takedowns, start throwing a little more heat with the punches, backing Pacquiao up and then shooting him for those takedowns. Very close match so far.
You see the ice being applied there by former world champion Edward Filipino. 130 martial arts world champions in the one championship roster, 2 of them in the circle at the moment. Let's see if there's some more pepper, some more get up and go with Ceruta. Body punches here from Pacquiao. Ceruta turns him around against the fence and drives the corking knees into the thighs. Pacquiao turns the champion.
Placing the hand there on the knee to stop any retaliation from the knees from Pacquiao.
Body shot from Pacquiao, got in quick, got out even quicker. High kick from Ceruta. Pacquiao to stamp himself in center circle here. Busts out the jab. Ceruta does have some damage under the right eye, courtesy of that lead hand of Pacquiao. Riveting on the lead thigh and shin calf area of Pacquiao, courtesy of the leg kicks for the champion. There's another one. Fourth round of 5. Jab to Pacquiao. Again, Mitch gets in quick and scores, gets out.
This is the Pacquiao we expected to see. We want to see those fast blitzes, bop, in and out. So we're just kind of getting hypnotized by it. Now he's starting to come forward.
Mitch, if the match was stopped right now, who would you have ahead?
And after the first round with the knockdown, beautiful kick there from Ceruta. Ceruta landed on Ceruta. That big first round knockdown, but now I'm starting to see in the second, third round, Pacquiao starting to inch forward. I think he's more aggressive. I think his striking superiority is there.
That's a headline counter from Pacquiao. After the war, nice left hook from Ceruta. Under 3 minutes remains. Penultimate round of action here. Certainly seeing some heavier artillery being launched now by both of these world champions.
In the first match, we did not see Ceruta do a kickboxing match with Joshua Pacquiao. He was going for takedowns. He was mixing things up. He was inside the clinch, wearing on Pacquiao. Now all he's doing now is just striking with him in the last couple rounds. But to answer your question, if the match was stopped right now, I might give a slight edge to the Team Lakai athlete.
Oh, come on! Freaking irate! Manila goes into a meltdown!
Wow! What a head kick! Catches Ceruta and drops the champion and new one strawweight world champion. The passion getting Team Lakai back into the championship realm.
He planted him like a tree. Yusuke Ceruta still on the astral plane. Joshua Pacquiao is the new champion of the world. They're going crazy here in Manila.
Wow, are we going to see a rubber match, or is that all she wrote? What a shot. Look at this head kick. I think that reminds me of the Edward Kelly against Bob Mound, like knee/head kick, just starching. Beautiful head kick, the walk-off KO for the passion, Joshua Pacquiao. Let's go talk to the new champion.
Amazing scenes here in Manila. My word, a highlight reel KO. Here's Dom Lau.
To present the belt for this match, we have CEO and President Philippines of Holcim, Mr. John Stoll. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Mr. Ken Cheng, has called a stop to this contest after 2 minutes and 43 seconds in the 4th round for your winner by way of knockout and new strawweight world champion, Joshua
Joshua Pasio is once again a world champion. Team Lakai once again has a world title belt in its possession.
Folayang against Aoki, challenger against champion, lightweight belt at stake. One championship at the Singapore Indoor Stadium. Great crowd, very noisy. This is what they came for. Right hands from Folayang early on, wanting to land those big punches as soon as he can before Aoki can get to grips with him.
Immediately, Aoki comes open-handed, no strikes thrown, gets into the clinch, and it is no surprise that he wants this fight as quickly as he can to the ground.
Strong man Folayang, tough to get him to the ground. He'll rely on technique, just as he did there. Now, how good is Folayang's submission defense? And can he get back onto his feet where he'll be more dangerous?
Aoki is so strong from these positions. Once he gets those hands on you, it's just like he has clasp, like he's just magnetized to your body. He keeps such tight pressure in every inch that he slides his body, that he easily passes into side control, laces the hands. He's got deceptively long limbs. He's got a great reach, and he easily slides around nice, but he jumps onto the back of Folayang. They're dry too, there's no sweat on the body, so it's a lot harder to slip out of these positions. Folayang is very explosive. He likes to burst into positions, but Aoki's dry, so he's clinging onto the back like a koala bear.
They're directly above us here at cage side. Good strength from Aoki.
Armbar, possible armbar here. It looks like he's going for it. It looks like he's setting up a Kimura now. Taking the back, he uses it to hold on to the position. Now he's got the back and the body triangle.
Folayang will have trained for these kind of positions intensively over the past few weeks.
Yeah, but you just don't know if he has the caliber of grappler out there in Baguio like Shinya Aoki.
I think it's inevitable that he doesn't have it. This is the real thing. This is the biggest test for him.
And even if he does have great grapplers in his camp, they're not going to be able to emulate the style that Aoki has. He's so unique, he's so versatile, and he's so different, he's so creative. Nobody in the world is like Shinya Aoki.
This fight being beamed to 118 countries around the world. Tremendous level of interest in this contest. The flagship of one championship in many ways, Shinya Aoki.
Let's go.
Mitch, you've fought and grappled with, trained with Shinya Aoki before. You haven't fought him as such, but you've trained with him so many hours. Just how tough is it?
Yeah, Steve, I've spent hours on the mat with this guy, and I don't last very long. I don't last as Edwards doing a great job, and he's able to slide out.
And he's back on his feet, and that's where he wants to be. Great impetus for Folayang fans now. What can he do with this opportunity?
That's a victory all unto itself, but now he's going to have to be very careful. Ooh, he jumps into a nice little knee there. But he should have circled around and created more space, because Aoki immediately goes to the clinch. He's got those hips laced up, so Folayang really can't go anywhere, and he uses a beautiful body lock, trip takedown. And now Folayang's up against the cage.
He's okay.
1 minute 30 left of this opening round. Most of it has been on the deck with Aoki in charge. Elbow to the head of Folayang.
Belingon was able to get back into guard, a better position for him, not as much danger, pushes off.
Great strength again from the Filipino.
Look how tight he immediately magnetizes himself to Belingon, letting him go nowhere.
Thrives on the contact, the Japanese fighter, doesn't he? Doesn't want any space between you and him.
Belingon's doing a good job. He's got to break this body lock. You don't want to let your opponent get double underhooks and get that tight body lock, because Shinya's probably going to end up going to a trip here and drag Belingon back down to the mat. You can see him trying to pick him up, but Belingon maintain a good base.
5 rounds, this one potentially. Don't forget, championship contest. Judges will score the bout in its entirety and not round by round. We'll go to Rich Franklin when this one's done to get his thoughts on the first 5 minutes.
Good balance shown by Belingon because he went for that outside trip there, and Belingon was able to maintain his balance and stay on his feet. And he's actually looks like he's going to get out of the first round after some very dangerous. The entire hush has fallen over the Singapore Indoor Stadium as this packed crowd is just waiting for nice
good trip.
Beautifully timed. Right as Belingon was throwing that knee, Aoki swept that foot out and just scored with another takedown. We can see here's Aoki threatening with a possible Kimura, was able to maintain that position with the Kimura, using those long legs to secure the back and just jump on there with that body triangle. It's probably pretty evident how this round has been scored, but let's go to Rich Franklin just to get his opinion on what's happening so far.
Yeah, obviously this fight is all about the ground control. Aoki is taking control with the takedowns. He's controlling Belingon on the ground, but you know, Belingon has showed some glimpses, and this is what I talked about before the fight. He's very unorthodox. He works himself out of weird positions, which is a very difficult thing to do against a guy like Aoki. After all, you've had him on top of you, and you know what it's like. So it's going to be interesting because Aoki has been pressure in the first round, and I wonder if that's going to actually affect his gas tank at all. And you know, Belingon, he'll stay unorthodox the whole fight. We're going to see if that actually poses some problems in the later rounds. At this point, if the fight was stopped, obviously Aoki.
Fight! We're only 1/5 of the way through this contest as scheduled, though. And those Baguio trainers training at altitude are very, very fit. Cardio is a big deal for them.
Looks like a kick was the first strike that Aoki has thrown this entire fight.
Belingon trying to confuse with movement laterally, side to side, changing direction constantly. A moving target.
That's what he needs to do. But he's a
whoa! Really let go with that kick, and there was the familiar spinning back fist. Didn't connect.
He can't help it. He's put himself into a dangerous position when he spins by giving the back to Aoki like that. But he says he can't help it. It's just something that naturally happens. He loves the spinning attacks. That's good. That's good. Looked like it was a possible headbutt to the chin there. Yuji Shimada is warning Belingon about it.
Whenever Aoki shoots for the takedown, he's got to be careful of knees and all sorts of things coming at him, because Belingon will have trained for that. Land those blows when you can.
Good movement. Aoki's trying to pressure Belingon up against the cage. Belingon's got to start moving. He can't let him get that close.
He's an expert at just cutting you off, isn't he, Aoki?
And there beautiful corners. Nice defense there from Edward as he throws off the double leg attempt from Aoki.
Great strength from the Filipino to do that. He's got tree trunk legs, as so many of the fighters in Baguio do. Training in those hills. Tremendous strength in the lower limbs. That was just, just everything was thrown into that. It didn't land, but it nearly knocked Aoki over just with the draft.
I'm liking the lateral movement of Belingon. He's moving really well on his feet. He's just not putting any strikes behind it, so he's not scoring. He's not hurting Aoki, except with these big, scary strikes, which I think I can kind of feel the wind from over here. Oh, nice little knee, but again, he gives himself into the takedown.
It was a very ambitious effort, wasn't it, from Edward? He was always going to expose himself if it didn't pay off.
High-risk move with huge payoff capabilities, but now he's on the mat with one of the world's greatest.
Approaching the midway point in the second round. One championship, lightweight title on the line. The champion in the white shorts, the challenger in the red.
Aoki's doing the right thing. He's pushing him up against the cage, dropping him with those elbows. He's not only scoring points, but he's also softening up Edward. Following's trying to create some kind of space. And that's exactly what he's able to do. But
he's
Aoki
done
just
well.
immediately latches onto him.
Back on his feet for Liang, but still not out of trouble.
It's better than where he was, so that's improvement.
Knees to the body from the Filipino. Ideally, he wants space between the two of them so that he can attack with legs and punches, but these knees to the body will be punishing.
Nice knees from Following. He scored a bit there and was able to break away. These might be moral victories for Following, but I don't know if the judges score on survival.
5 rounds, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Following knows that if he can just keep surviving, the chances will come.
You can see Aoki's not expending any energy. He's completely relaxed into every single one of these positions that he gets into, and Following's not landing any strikes that are doing any significant damage to Aoki yet.
Contrastingly, in the stand-up, Following expending a lot of energy, lots of lateral movement.
That was a nice little lower leg kick there thrown by Following. Aoki acknowledged it well. He was like, yeah, you got me.
Aoki almost static at times. So focused, is he?
He's just waiting for that the takedown. You know what Aoki's gonna do. He's gonna get to the clinch, try to get the takedown, but can you stop it? That's the question. That's the puzzle everybody's been trying to solve in one championship.
Oh, kick to the knee from Edward. Hard feet, he's got hard shins.
He needs to keep doing that over and over again, attacking those legs, because that's gonna limit the movement of Aoki.
The strength of that punch. Aoki backed off. Just hit him in the chest, I think. Oh, but there we go again. Again, it was low. There's the spinning back kick. Getting a bit of momentum now. The kick to the torso. The crowd getting behind Following. There'll be plenty of Filipinos here in Singapore. Punch to the body. Is that an area of potential weakness for Shinya? And Edward Following ends the second round on the up and up.
That was a better round for Following. He was able to use the strikes and start to open up. And he's really starting to dictate the space. There's that big head kick and spinning back that just barely missed. Big attempt, good, he stopped the takedown. These are moral victories. These are gonna add to his confidence. You can see Following immediately gets into guard, keeps it nice and tight. Rich Franklin, what do you got so far?
Well, I'll tell you, Following had a couple takedown defenses in that round. They ended up on the ground, which wasn't a takedown by Aoki. However, Aoki added to his ground control lead. At the beginning of the round, it was really interesting to me because even though Following was moving side to side laterally, Aoki was moving in such a way that Following couldn't really commit to anything. He couldn't mount any damage on the feet. Anytime he committed, he knew he was going to end up on the ground. But at the end of that round there, you could see that Following was moving forward more and more, and Aoki was back. And at the end of that round, you could see that Following was landing the strikes. He closed the lead a little bit there, but still, if the fight was stopped at this point in time, Aoki would still have the decision.
I like what you're saying there, Mitch. Little moral victories here and there, confidence boosters for Following, just that he can bring forward. Give himself a little bit of encouragement. The attack from Aoki.
There's that flying knee again. That is getting timed very well, but look at this. He's able to shrug.
Oh, and the knee to the head as well. And Following has got Shinya in trouble. Punches to the head. The noise behind me is deafening. Following looking for the finish. Shinya Aoki is standing very, very closely, watching hard. Nothing's coming back from Aoki. We're only half a minute into this third round. It's perpetual motion from the Filipino. And it is all over. We have a new One Championship lightweight title holder. And his name is Edward Following.
Steve, he did it! Edward Following shocks the world with an upset victory to become the new One Lightweight World Champion. Quite possible. the biggest upset we've ever had in one championship.
Well, I tell you, there were a few people who could have seen it coming. Rich Franklin, give us your thoughts.
I don't even know what to say at this point in time. It's unbelievable. You know, Folayang had those high-risk moves, the spinning kicks, the spinning, and he actually attempted that jump knee once or twice earlier in the fight. And you knew that if it landed, it was going to pay off for him, and it paid off right there.
You can see from the replay, Aoki offering nothing in return, defending as best he could, but nothing was coming back, and that was the deciding factor in Yuji Shimada's decision to stop the fight. And the tears of emotion, so apparent. It's been a long time coming for Edward Folayang, but his moment has arrived, and the Philippines are enjoying it just as much as he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Yuji Shimada, has put a stop to this fight after 41 seconds in the third round. For your winner and new lightweight world champion, Edward Folayang!
Well, I can barely see anything here at Cageside because of what's falling from the skies. But the biggest emotion here belongs to the Philippine nation, who've been backing Edward Folayang in mixed martial arts for years. That's Paul Cheng.
Judge.
And that's Brandon Vera.
You ready?
This fight brought to you by Hire Philippines, the world's #1 major appliances brand for 6 consecutive years.
Brandon Vera immediately starts with some of those brutal leg kicks that he's known for.
And lands to the head.
Paul Cheng trying to answer. Paul Cheng's got to make this fight dirty. He cannot stand there in front of Brandon Vera and let him do what he does best.
Oh, and he gets caught coming in. And a kick to the head. And it's finished in less than half a minute. Brandon Vera is the new heavyweight champion in front of his own fans in Manila. It was brutal and it was decisive. Paul Cheng speaking to Brandon there. He seems okay, he's sitting up. But that left hook did significant damage. That kick landed flush on the jaw. The follow-up barely needed. We have a heavyweight champion. Before that left hook even landed, Paul Cheng was cut. Rich Franklin, we've got a new champion in the heavyweight division, and here in the Philippines, it couldn't be a better man.
I'll tell you this, every time I watch Brandon fight, he impresses me more and more. I've seen him fighting for, I mean, he and I basically stepped in this game at the same time, and I've seen him fighting for years, and what he did with Igor last time in this fight now is his stand-up is clean, and he's a very well-rounded fighter.
These fans here want to see an awful lot of Brandon Vera. He's a very popular man, but he doesn't give them much chance to enjoy himself.
No.
To present the prize to the winner, we have Mr. Yoshiaki Ito, Asia President and CEO of Hire Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yuji Shimada calls a halt to this battle at 26 seconds of round number 1. For your winner, via knockout, and now the heavyweight world champion, Brandon "The Truth" Vera!
What a reception here from the fans in the Mall of Asia Arena. Full credit to Paul Cheng for stepping in at late notice. But what could he hope to do? facing that barrage from Brandon Vera. One championship's first heavyweight champion. He lifts the belt aloft. What a night it's going to be in Manila as these fans celebrate and Brandon Vera celebrates.